Greetings and welcome back. Today I bring you a quick review of the Parker Duofold Centennial Chevron in blue and red editions. What looks like a dark red, maybe dark ruby red, with this beautiful zigzag pattern, and then the other one is in blue pattern. The blue one has gold plated trims, while as the red one has silver plated trims. They both appear to be the same size, minus the gold plating. Blue one is in fine nib, whereas the red one is in medium nib. For comparison, let's look at the Sailor KOP nib. These are cartridge converter pens, and it does come with a converter and also with a cartridge. Here we go. We have our Parker Duofold Centennial Chevron in blue and red. You have Visconti Homo Sapien, Crystal Dream. This is the Peniter Arco Parker Duofold Centennial, the 1990s version. Sailor KOP. Here's the Lamy 2000, Coeco Brass Sport, Pelican M1000, Pelican M800. It seems like size-wise, the pen is very close to Pelican M800. However, in terms of usability, the Pelican is a lot lighter. The Duofold, this special edition, seems like it's constructed with metal with some overlaying, either acrylic or plastic. It seems very sturdy, but it seems like it's also completely metallic in its build. Time to ink one of these and try a writing sample. First we'll press Jelly Bean Blue. It's a very beautiful blue color ink. Before I go on with the writing sample, I can tell you that this pen can be posted, but it makes it very back heavy, and I don't recommend posting it. Let's do a quick witness test. Line variation, really non-existent, like many of the other Parker Duofolds. They're not known for line variation or flexibility. Let's talk about pros and cons of this pen. Pros, of course, this is a very beautiful pen with gold plated trims and silver plated on the case of the red one. First con is that it is a very expensive pen. Of course, it's good quality pen. I don't expect it to come at a cheap price, but pricing this pen between $500 and $800 puts it out of reach of most people. As I'm writing this, I see that it can be found $645 on eBay, so it's very expensive. Second pro is that the nib is very smooth, has a little bit of a pencil-like feedback like one would expect on the Sailors. I'm very pleased with the quality of the nib. Pleasant feedback. On the con side, this is not fine. It's too thick. This is advertised as a fine, but it's easily as thick as a Pilot medium. I know that Western sizes are discrepant compared to the Japanese, but even on the Western nibs, for example, this Pelican M815 can produce finer lines. To me, this is a pro, but this is a cartridge converter and reservoir. That makes it easy to clean. The nib and feed the nib and feed are friction fitted and can be disassembled quite easily for cleaning and easy to put back on. And the converter is very easy to flush with a syringe and put a brand new ink in it, and it's also very easy to dry after you wash it. So to me, that's a pro. However, on the con section, I'm also going to put so this, depending on how you look at it, some people like piston fillers more. I am really not attached to one or the other, but I make the best of it. And to me, this is a plus for Parker Duofold to be able to easily clean it and either store it away or reuse it with a different ink. However, something to be said about sending a very cheap cartridge or converter with a $700 pen. So many people would take issue with this and ask for either a higher quality converter or a piston filler or some other form of filling mechanism like a vacuum filler. I will not knock Parker too much for that. So those are the top 3 pros and cons. So after spending some time with this pen, I've come up with a number 4 pro and number 4 con. I'll start with the con, that this pen is very heavy. Being that it's probably made mostly of metal, that's expected, but in terms of day-to-day use, this is almost as heavy as the Pelican Toledo, which is about the same size. So that's something to be kept in mind. For pro, I must reiterate that it's easy to clean and maintain. The con is that it's quite heavy. So those are the pros and cons. Who would I recommend this Parker to? To number 1, collectors. Number 2, Parker fans. Number 3, I would also recommend this to winners of Lotto. In terms of day-to-day use, this is not a pen I would recommend for day-to-day use because of just sheer weight of it. It's kind of tiring, especially if you do a lot of writing and note-taking. It is a beautiful piece. It's eye-catching. It's also easy to lose this because it's so pretty. I would definitely consider a Pelican M800 or even an M1000 over this. I would recommend Pilot Custom 823 or 845 over this pen. And at similar price point, you can get the larger Pilot Custom Orochi. For me, just as a writing instrument, it does not serve my day-to-day purposes. So I do have 2 of these. This red one will probably not stay in my collection for long. I hope that you find this informative and entertaining. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Goodbye.